Once upon a time, an ancient man lived in a little town in the mountains in the center of China. He had a child that he cherished exceptionally much. But this child was an understudy in a city exceptionally far from his father's town. And so the ancient man lived and worked alone. Each day, he worked for long hours on his cultivate. There was continuously a parcel to do there. He was a kind, inviting man, and all the individuals in the town enjoyed him. They knew that the ancient agriculturist required the offer assistance of his child, a solid youthful man who was not perplexed of difficult work. But the ancient rancher never complained. The villagers regularly came over to the ancient man's house and told him how too bad they were that his child was not there to offer assistance him. "When will your child come back domestic? It's terrible luckiness for you to live alone, so distant, absent from your as it were child," they said. But the ancient agriculturist continuously answered in the same words. "Awful good fortune or great luck. Who knows?" One day, the ancient man's child came back to the town. The individuals in the town were exceptionally upbeat for the ancient man, and they all came to his house. "Now that your child has come back, your house will be full of great good fortune once more," they said. But the ancient rancher as it were grinned and replied, "Good luckiness or terrible luckiness. Who knows?" People knew that the rancher was a man who utilized few words. They didn't inquire him what he implied when he said things like this. Life was difficult in the town, and about everyone there was destitute. Even though the ancient farmers and his son were not as destitute as a few others. They had an ox, and on a cultivate an ox can do the work of 4 men. But one morning, the farmer's son cleared out the steady entryway open and an ox ran away. Great fortune or awful good fortune, who knows? The child preferred the unused an ox exceptionally much, and he chosen to tame it. Be cautious, child. You've lived in the city for numerous a long time. You do not know exceptionally much, almost subduing wild steeds, said the ancient agriculturist worriedly. Do not stress your father. I know what I'm doing, answered the child. When I've restrained this horse, we'll have 2 steeds to offer assistance us on the cultivate, and life will be way better. But the another day the ancient man's child fell from the wild an ox's back to the ground and broke his leg. Presently this was a huge issue. A man with an awful leg needs to eat. But cannot work. Once more, the individuals of the town came to the farmer's house to say how too bad they were. First, your child was in the city and there was no one to offer assistance you. At that point your child came back to offer assistance you. Presently your child has broken his leg and you must offer assistance him. Your terrible luckiness has come back, they said. Once more the father grinned discreetly and replied, Bad luckiness or great luckiness. Who knows? A few of the villagers were astounded to listen this. Where was the great good fortune in breaking your leg? At that time in China, there was a long and appalling war between the east and west of the nation. Each week, hundreds of youthful men passed on in this war. One day, some officers arrived in the town. They were looking for more men to battle with them. All the youthful men in the town had to end up officers in the armed force and take off for the war. Their families cried when they said farewell. They knew that numerous of these youthful men would be dead in a few days. But the troopers cleared out the ancient farmer's child behind. What great to an armed force was a trooper with an awful leg. Nowadays the villagers caught on the ancient farmer's words. They went to see him. Your child didn't have to go with the officers since he broke his leg. It's genuine that your terrible luckiness changed into great good fortune, they said. Upbeat that they caught on the ancient farmer's shrewd words. The ancient rancher grinned compassionate at them. Great luckiness or terrible luckiness, who knows? He replied. Thank you for watching. Stories like this remind us that life is full of surprises. And sometimes, what seems like misfortune may become a hidden blessing. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. There are many more inspiring stories waiting for you. And always remember, whether it's good luck or bad luck, who knows? Clapperboard, see you in the next story.